Hey, I'm back, Devoted Christian, and I am doing my Brother's Keeper challenge. Genesis 4:9 talks about Cain asking God after he killed Abel, am I my brother's keeper? Now, of course, he was being sarcastic to God, and God already knew what he had done. He was being more defiant when he was saying that to God. But did God answer Cain? Would be the first question. If so, how? If not, how? Yes, he did. He did answer him, but not verbally. He answered him through his actions. So in Genesis 4:10 through 16, let me find it. Give me just a second. Genesis 4. All right. Genesis 4:10 through 16. The Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth." Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is more than I can bear. Today you are driving me from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me." But the Lord said to him, "Not so. Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over." Then the Lord put a mark on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. So Cain went out from the Lord's presence and lived in the land of Nod, east of Eden. So he answered him in the way of saying, I'm casting you out of my presence. But he knew what he had done, and that was his punishment for it. But so I guess the punishment would be the answer on that one. All right, number 2. Who is your brother? I put fellow Christians or neighbors, because that's pretty much anyone around you, because God did command us to love everybody. But in Matthew 12:48 through 50, let me find that real quick. All right, Matthew 12:48 through 50. He replied to him, and this is Jesus talking, "Who is my brother and who are my brothers? Who is my mother and who are my brothers?" Pointing to his disciples, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and my sister and mother." So, Christians, fellow Christians. All right, and then the third question, what is the biblical, personal, and MC definition of, I think it's brotherly love, or brother's keeper? Yep. So what are in Galatians 6:2 would be biblically. All right, so let me find that. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. So anyone that's in Christ that carries each other's burdens, helps them out any way we can, helps them with their problems, is just there for them. So personally, and I'm still learning on this, anyone I am close to and can trust, I will set aside my things in life to help them and their needs. And then in the MC world, it's my fellow patch holders, anyone in the same club as me. So for the MC world, I got Romans 12:10, and it's be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above ourselves, which is the club verse. And then 1 Thessalonians 4:9, I believe, for the other one that I have, which I think is the personal one. Thess. Yeah, 1 Thessalonians. Oh, I lost it. Yep, 4:9. No. This thing. 4. Okay, now about your love for one another, we do not need to write to you, for you yourselves have been taught by God to love each other. So we're just supposed to love each other. And it goes on for verse 10. It says, and in fact, you do love all of God's family throughout Macedonia. Yet we urge you, brothers and sisters, to do so more and more, and to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. You should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as you were told, so that your daily life may win the respect of the outsiders, and so that you will not be dependent on anybody. But that being said, I try to do better with that, only because it's hard for me to trust people that I'm not close to. So, yeah, so I got those 3 for that. All right, so question number 4. Does the Bible address the question, am I my brother's keeper? If so, what is the answer? Yes. I'm going to put Romans 12:10 again. Be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above ourselves. And in 1 Peter 1:22. Let me look that up. Now that you have purified yourselves by obeying the truth, so that you have sincere love for each other, love one another deeply from the heart. There you go. So you got to be first washed by the blood. So you have to be a believer in Jesus and be a Christian, and then love each other. It's a commandment. I mean, love, you got to have love for each other, and then also love one another deeply from the heart. So if your heart's in the right spot, then guess what? You'll love each other the way you should. All right, number 5. Is it a sin to not be your brother's keeper? I put yes, because God commands it. And if you're not doing it, then you're not truly saved, I believe. I mean, it is what it is. Galatians 6:10. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. There you go. And then 1 John 3:11 through 12. All right. For this is the message you heard from the beginning. We should love one another. Do not be like Cain, who belonged to the evil one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder him? Because his own actions were evil and his brothers were righteous. So, yeah, don't do that. Obviously, you're living in evil, then you're not saved. And the only way you can be your brother's keeper is to be saved. In the biblical aspect. So I really enjoyed this challenge, and I hope you like it. Thanks.